Greetings, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters in the light. I am Lord Emmanuel the Great One from the divine energies of universal love and universal light. And I am here to guide people back to peace, back to higher ways of greatness, and back to love. For love is your key to your greatness. Love is your greatness within you. And when you return to the love within your heart, you will find the peace and the path that you have been looking for thousands of years. And so we as divine masters say, come, all you who are thirsting for this information, for we will give you a spiritual feast of wisdom. We will give you divine knowledge that you have been searching for eons. And we will help you become spiritually fattened with food that is solid. For thousands and thousands and thousands of people awaken each and every day. And they know the higher tunes of the universe. And they are listening and their hearts are awakening. So we welcome everyone to our fold. And we say, come and hear your masters teach. And hear us bring you into one light fold. So we bless you and we say to you, well done on hearing our voices. Tonight you will be given another beautiful spiritual meal so that you can learn to live a greater life filled with love. So that more confusion will be taken away from you. And instead you will grasp higher information for you to grow in. And we ask you to open up your spiritual hearts. For your spiritual hearts are so beautiful. And your spiritual hearts, they are connected with the divine light. And when you are with divine light, with your archangels, and with all divine beings, you are hearing these connections. You are hearing these sounds. And these sounds and these tunes are familiar to you. They heal you. They make you feel accepted. They make you feel loved. And so this is what we are doing for you at this time, is to give you healings of love and to fill up your light bodies with beautiful tunes of love so that you find yourselves once again and you find yourselves on your path of life once again. I will allow myself to step back for a few moments to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through with a prayer for you, and then I will return with the teaching of love. Greetings, I am Lord Emmanuel the Great. Akumoha Halima. Greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Ashikyo! Isn't it beautiful to be back here today, brothers and sisters, in the midst of all this beautiful light? And for those of you who attended the workshop in the weekend, you've gained so much light and so much strength within your heart. And the guidance that you were given It was a beautiful feast by the masters, was it not? And so we are here to guide you more into higher ways of consciousness. And for us as Pleiadians in the light, we are so excited. We are so excited because this is a divine time of consciousness. This is a time of the awakening. This is a time that mankind has been awaiting for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. So we say, light, return back to the earth and awaken the hearts of everyone that searches for light. Shina e kinokia. Shina e kinokia. Find the light within yourselves. So I would like to open this beautiful meeting with a prayer tonight to help you find your light, to help you to be drawn to the light, and to help you find the deeper connection to the light. Ki shani ki hu hikai, ki shi ki yawi, shi kui, shi kui, ki kui. Greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, sons and daughters in the light. I am Lord Emmanuel the Great. And I have returned at this time to give you a teaching of love, to help you remember the light within you, to help you remember the path of light within your heart. For everyone here on this plane carries the light, for you come from such a magnificent light, and you are here to remember that. Light brings clarity. Light brings love to one's life. Light brings knowledge. Light brings empowerment. Light brings greatness. Light brings truth. Light brings joy, and light comes from angels. We ask you at this time, dear brothers and sisters, how much do you long for the light? How much do you long to live in light every day? How much do you long to be with light? And do you know what it is like to be in the light? For light can be very confusing for many people at this time. What is light? How do you know what is light? Can you define light? Do you understand light? How do you know light? Why is this so difficult at this time for many people? And how can you grow more into that light to keep your foundation of your life strong? At this very time on your earth plane, you are rising. The energies are rising. The cosmic dance within your cosmic universe is rising. Many planets are having a strong effect on your plane, and the people who are so connected to those planets and the stars feel it within themselves. And at times this can be so painful. Why? Because you react to everything that is connected to your universe. You are living in a time at this moment when the dark shows up more and the light shows up more. And the darkness must show up more for the light to shine. For there is only one who will survive the darkness or the light in the future. For many, many, many thousands of years, the light seemed as if it had gone from your plane. And the people living in those thousands upon thousands of years, they searched. And they searched through the darkness. And the darkness became thick like fog. They couldn't see through the fog anymore. And it was as if their hearts were sore with looking for the light. And the people yearned for the light. And at times the light came back, but then the dark sought to destroy it. And then again it seemed as if light was gone from your plane. Now you are living in a beautiful time where light is back and it has returned. Will the people listen to the light? Will they find the full light within their hearts? And many, we say, we are happy to report, they're finding the light and they're anchoring it right within themselves. And they will find their lives will be more and more guided as the light anchors more strongly upon the plane of the earth. So blessings are yours for those light seekers. Blessings are those for the ones who seek truth within themselves, for their lives will become more magnificent, more peaceful, more guided, as more and more hearts will awaken to truth. But then there are also those who will choose not to look at the light. They will choose to stay in the thick fog. They will choose to stay in the confusion and the anger. And for them, they will go into a deeper maze of thickness and pain. And so what are we doing as masters? What are we doing at this time on your plane? We are calling to everyone who desires to find light within their hearts. We are calling higher tunes towards our hearts. Many of the hearts are responding at this time. Many of them are hearing the tunes of the light, and the light they make their own. Their light they make their own, friends. They take that light and they anchor it within themselves, and they become one with light more and more. But the way to the light is not always easy, for the light asks you to change, and it keeps asking you to change. For light is also knowledge and information. And when you are working with light, you will consistently desire to change. Why? Because at times you will still feel the darkness rising within you, the fear and the anger and the pain that has been holding you for thousands of years in a prison. And so at a time of the light coming within your heart, you will find the battle within your very heart of the light and the dark. We ask you, who will win? When we talk about dark, we do not mean evil. Dark is unevolved light. The darkness still needs to become evolved to live with the light. And when one is fully in the light, one receives that flow of light that is so beautiful and so tremendous for the human that only love comes flowing towards them. And so at this moment, the frequencies within people, the ones who are finding the light, they are still battling with the pain and the sadness and the confusion. One must work with the other for one to become stronger. For how can you recognize true light and love when you do not know the other? You cannot find true light within yourselves if you have never experienced the other. And so please do not feel guilty about this or blame yourself in any way, because guilt and blame are not love energies. They carry heavy, heavy energies that do not help towards your goal of living in the light. And we seek to help you to live in the light so that you recover from all the pain and the tiredness that those energies carry with them. Light does not tire. Light is filled with beautiful energies of love. That does not mean that physically you may not get tired, because of course you will physically get tired even when you're working with light, because your physical bodies still need rest. But energetically you recover so much and you desire to have more light. So when you work in the light and you indulge yourself in the light, you have more energy and you feel more love from the angels who are able to come more closer to you. So how then, brothers and sisters, how can you win from that inner battle of light and darkness? Because the more you climb in the light, the more you will feel the other energies. And sometimes they will feel like they will overtake you even when you work in the light. And for many light workers, they become judgmental towards self. They say to themselves, I shouldn't think like that. I work so hard in the light. I'm listening so hard to teachings, and yet, when will I learn? When will I learn the lessons of the masters? And we say, with all divine love and all divine knowledge for you, our dear brothers and sisters, please allow yourself to grow with love and kindness. For your journey is a journey of understanding. And for you to understand how to grow into love, you must take the time out. Do not judge yourself. Do not blame yourself. Do not put yourself down. For we say, love yourselves even more. When you feel down, love yourself even more. Keep forgiving yourselves. Keep releasing the pain within you so that that part may become more evolved. For how can the pain within you become more evolved without showering love within it? Love breaks through any energy, whether it is sadness, anger, fear, resentment, loss, grief, whatever it is. Love will break through it. But when you add the energies of anger towards an energy that you're already holding, how can that evolve into light? For it cannot. It cannot do so. Because love is a creative force. Whatever love is added to, it will break through. Whenever there is dark and light shows within it, the darkness will break up. And it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Let that happen within you. Let that battle between the dark and the light, let it become that the light wins and the darkness fails more and more within you, so that you stand in your light, so that you learn to anchor within your light. Let all jealousy, envy, anger, fear, resentment, grief, loss, all go. Please, our dear brothers, let all the pain go within your hearts. Find the pain. Find it. Then learn to embrace it. Learn to embrace it so much so that the pain dissolves. For in order for you to grow in light, you must love all of yourself. All the love that you carry, all your gifts that you carry, but also all the pain that you carry. For when one learns to work in light, you cannot keep battling. You cannot be a battler with the pain. Do not go into the victim constantly. Do not go into the I feel sorry for myself constantly. But instead embrace that part and say, I love it so much and I'm willing to forgive you. For when you forgive that part, light will shine through that part and dissolve the pain. And then love becomes stronger in your life. For love is a vital energy within your life force body. And the stronger you love, the more life force you gain. And the stronger your health becomes too. And the stronger your relationships, the stronger your understanding, and the stronger your communication with angels and your teacher guides. Is that not what you desire? For your pain will only attract more pain until you learn to embrace it, until you learn to hug it, until you learn to talk to it, until you learn to accept it and to say to it, with all my love and with all my light within my heart, I will release you now. I thank you for showing me the dark energies of pain. For they are cold and they keep holding me back. But now I choose to move into the light. And in the light I am free. I feel the freedom within my heart. I understand the higher purpose in my life, and I understand it well. And so my body becomes free, and my conscience is free. Your conscience has a large amount to do with how much you free yourself. Within your conscience there are many voices speaking. Let the greater conscience of yourself be free with love. And whatever you do in your lives, let it come with a heart filled with love. Let everything you do from now on be with the goal of finding more love within your lives. We hope you are writing down lots of notes here. Because as you are listening here, it is so beautiful, this information and the energies, but once you leave, you retain so little. So we ask you to make a study of this information so that you apply it within your lives. Because it's not only good for your listening to be here, but now your heart becomes involved. When the heart becomes involved in your learning, you gain greater life. You gain greater knowledge and expectations for yourself to do better in the love areas. So your excitement becomes greater. Your understanding becomes greater. Your connection within yourselves becomes greater. And here a lot of it has to do not only with doing, but also with being. How often are you simply in the being space for yourselves? What is the being space, friends? The being space is the opposite of the doing space. Often people talk and they give advice. And we see this often with people who understand a lot of information about angels and the light. And they will tell their friends about lots of ways as to how to do it, how to help them to make their lives better. But one of the parts that we find is missing often in this advice is to ask them to get used to the being space. A long, long time ago, with many cultures, with many spiritual cultures, and you will find it even in spiritual sanctuaries today, when you go there, they used to have the silent times. The silent times could span into hours or days. And the whole aim was not to talk, but to be. And to feel more connected with their own bodies. When you talk, you are doing. When you're being, you are feeling and connecting within you. Not that we're encouraging you to take on this practice for days. However, what we are encouraging you to do is to take a few minutes with silent treatment. So I'm going to teach about what this does energetically. Because this is knowledge that you will find very, very interesting. And when you find something interesting, you will apply it more in your lives. So I'm going to talk about the cosmic universe and you, and then about what happens to your light bodies when you are in the being state. You see, you are connected, each one of you, to the stars. The stars hold a lot of knowledge for you, and they are whispering information to you constantly. When you're in the doing space, you can't hear anything. You're too busy. However, when you're in the being space, you connect to a whole lot of more information than you realize. Within your sacred bodies, there are energy centers which are directly connected to the stars. When a light body has stopped for a while, it never stops, but when you stop into the being space, you take breaths, you allow yourself to rest with the intention of being in a being space together with the light. The stars connect with your energy body, and hence greater knowledge, not only from your teacher guides, but also from the stars, come within your sacred chakra body and your light bodies on all levels to help you remember who you are. And so what does this do? It brings a calmness to one's life. And when a person desires to connect more and has the intention to connect in the being space, you discover your greater purpose. Not with doing, but with being. And as the stars connect with you, you become calmer in your lives. Why? Because you are meant to do that. You've been created to connect to the stars. You come from the stars. Do you not think that this beautiful teaching would be beneficial for your lives then? If you come from the stars, how much logical sense would it make to connect to the stars in a being space for you? So what happens to an energy body then? Well, you become awakened within the energy frequencies. Your energy frequencies, they speed up. You carry electrical currencies, not only within your cellular level and within your tissues and your blood and your physical self, every part of it, but also your energetic self. And you are a large energy being. And the frequencies are faster within the energy being than in the physical self. Hence, you see the denseness of the solid self. So when one is in the being space, one is connecting to the stars, and the stars are able to align the frequencies within the beautiful light body to create a more stable environment for them to grow in. Now, we've just given you that information. That makes sense to you, does it not? Because you're used to these high vibrations. But I would like to encourage you to take a look in your society now. So these are the people working in the light, and you're learning about all these beautiful ways about gaining more peace within your lives just by being in the being space. So remember, what is more important? Is it being or doing? Beautiful. Good students. Now, when you look in your society, they do not understand anything about the connection between their light bodies and the stars. So they keep being in the fear and the panic and the sickness and all those pain energies. How can they gain peace if they do not understand how to be in that beautiful being space? So you can see the two sides now. One is still in that very much of the fog, and one is walking in the light more and more. And the more these beautiful people are in the being space and are aligning themselves with cosmic energies and are guided by angels and their teacher guides, the battle within them between the dark and the light is becoming less and less. So they're walking in the light now. Their lives are being more guided. They find relationships being more fulfilling because they're learning to accept themselves. And they've learned to forgive and release and let go of all the past. So they're living in the light more and more. Their lives become easier. Does not mean that they will never encounter difficulties, but they are always guided out of those difficulties because they work so closely with their guides. They're blessed. They want something, they're guided towards it. But the people here in the fog, they do not have any more awareness of that light. Why do I say more awareness? Because they used to have it eons ago. They haven't awakened to it. So they will keep groping in the dark, as if in a fog, as if in a dark forest. And so the more the people shine their light in the light, the more the people in the fog will be able to see the ones up there who are aligning themselves with cosmic energies and are anchoring it down into the earth for the others in the fog to be lifted up. And so you will see many, many people who will answer to the higher chorus from the angels more and more. And they will also be lifted up. And then when you hear your friends say, "Why? What are you doing? You're looking so beautiful and radiant. You're looking so shiny. Your life is blessed. Mine is falling apart." We wonder how you will answer them. For you will get these experiences in your lives. And then we ask you to say one thing to them. Just one, instead of just talking. We ask you to say, "Friend, be in the being space. And be in the silence with your angels. For they will guide you to ways of peace and love. Sit in that being space for 5 minutes each day, just being quiet. And then in a few weeks' time, or when you feel more at peace, come and see me. You may also invite them to come to a workshop or a teaching, or send them to many recordings by angels and guides so that they can listen to it. But we ask you to encourage them to be in the being space, because at this time the cosmic dances in the universe is so great that if anyone wants to be in the light, the best thing that they can do for themselves is to be in that being space, to find peace, so that the stars can connect with their light body and the currency and frequency of the light body awakens. And when that settles down, their lives become calmer. And so isn't this a beautiful time to be in? So in this teaching, we have taught you so much. We have taught you about the battle between the darkness and the light happening right within you, not only in society, but within you as you're searching for more light. So the one teaching that came out of tonight's teaching about how do you surrender to the light more, how would you answer that? That's beautiful, because the stars will connect to you and they will help you to be more calm. And then when this planet receives a rough ride from the alignment of energy which has just happened, you can go through it more smoother. Feel within your intuition more. As you connect with the stars, your intuition becomes more greater. You will understand the cycles of the moon and the stars more, as everything is connected. Everything. You're not disconnected from anything. You are part of it. You are part of the cosmic dance. And it's a great cosmic dance at this time. And as you learn to adjust yourselves with it, your business decisions will be wiser. You will understand when to make decisions and when not. When to go into a relationship and when not. When to take a trip overseas for a holiday and when not. When to drive your car and when not. But please always understand that when you ask for protection around your car or a plane, know that the stars also connect to that so that everything is calmer. Know that your angels are looking after you if you ask for it so that everything is calmer. Learn to work with higher forces. Learn to work with light. Ask for a blessing every day. Ask for protection every day. For when you ask for protection, you're opening yourselves to the greater alignment. For when you ask for protection, you are in effect saying, align me to the frequencies of light. For nothing can be hurt when you are aligned to frequencies of light. Because light is love. So please learn to work with it. And learn to find the peace within it. And learn to trust your angels. And learn to communicate with them in the being space. And when you find yourself blaming yourselves, understand it's part of that painful dark side. Learn to embrace it. learn to forgive it, and learn to work more in the light. I'm going to ask you, do you have a question on the teaching that we have just talked about tonight? What a beautiful question. How wonderful it is that you're opening up to your higher thoughts. For yes, they do. Each star and each planet has a consciousness that desires to connect. It has ancient wisdom. They've traveled universes. They are old. They are ancient. And each one plays a part with your creation on your planet. Each one is alive. You can also talk to your Mother Earth, for she also has a great consciousness. And angels, teacher guides, they are from an even higher realm. So each one has a higher realm to connect with. But when you connect to a planet, you are gaining that consciousness from a planet. When you are connecting to an angel, you are hearing it from that point of view. So everything is for your growth, and everything is for deeper connection, and everything plays a role in your higher learning, and everything helps you to understand that you are connected to the oneness of all of creation, because all is one, and all is developing and evolving into a greater self. Has it answered your question, dear one? And so, dear people, dear brothers and sisters, it has been a joy to come through for you tonight. And we know within the hearts of you all here that you have learned so much, that you have a deeper understanding of all that is. And if there's one thought to take away with you tonight, what is that? That is beautiful. So ask the stars to connect with your light bodies, and ask the stars to show you higher ways of life. Greetings, I am Lord Emmanuel the Great.